what's good with y'all, man? It's your boy Tick, aka Game Fanatic, the Michael Jordan of gaming, also the rebel of the YouTube underground, and I'm back giving kids the Duke in that Battlefield though. So this is the long-awaited Battlefield 1 beta impressions video, because you know we had the beta from Battlefield. They released it about a week or two ago. Yeah, about 2 weeks ago. He gave me the Duke, but it's all good. And I was gonna do an impression video. You already knew because I am Tick, man. Shooters is what I do. I do shooters. That is my blood. Any kind of game I play is definitely gonna have some shooting involved for the most part. I do the MOBAs and stuff here and there, but like my cup of tea is shooting people. I like to shoot people in video games. Before y'all think I'm psycho. But yeah, video games I like to shoot people. But anyway, let's get to the impressions of the beta. So if you guys didn't find out, I found out today that the Battlefield 1 beta actually had the highest player install for EA's betas. So it had 13.2 million people playing this game. That is crazy, man. A lot of people were leaving Call of Duty for their own reasons. A lot of the reasons are just following, the trends. But I already made a video about that. But yeah, a lot of people are jumping onto the Battlefield train. They're jumping onto that bandwagon. So a lot of people played this game, man. It's crazy. It's going to be a lot of people for me to kill. I like it. So anyway, let's get to the impressions. So first off, the first thing I want to say about this game is the graphics look amazing. You can tell they use the same graphics engine or whatever it was that they used on Battlefront, because Battlefront, even though it was a very boring game, I had about 3 games of Battlefront before I got bored of it. Even though it was a very boring game, it looked beautiful though. It looked ridiculously beautiful. Now, I don't know why they gave us a desert stage. I guess they didn't want to give us the same one that the people got to play for the alpha, but I would have preferred that one because it was more color involved. But they gave us the desert stage, and it still shows off some great graphics work, especially when the Darude Sandstorm sweeps in. And the only reason I said that is because when I was streaming this, I actually played Darude Sandstorm during the sandstorm part of the map, so just to be funny. But people, that's a theme that's been going on for a long time. People are like, what's that song? Darude Sandstorm. Anyway, whatever, man. So the graphics look ridiculous. All right, so got that out the way. The gameplay. So if you played a Battlefield game or a Battlefront game, you've played Battlefield 1. There's nothing new here. There is absolutely nothing new here. Now they may have some new animations, like when you run into a door, you just throw your elbow and just budge through that sucker, stuff like that. There's more blood too when you stab people and kill them. Like I noticed that, like on Battlefield 4 and 3, like you stab somebody, you don't even see any blood, but it's gory on this one. You see gushy blood. All get the Duke laying down there camping. You see gore and all that stuff, man. It's crazy. But like I said, if you played a Battlefield, you've pretty much played this game. What kind of glitch is that? I don't know. This dude killed me 3 times though. Damn, I should have killed him. Should have been just hunting him down. There's nothing really new to the mechanics. Mechanics are generally the same. The only differences towards the gameplay is, since it is World War I and not the present day war like we're used to with Battlefield 3 and 4, you have generally semi-automatic weapons. Now the assault team, I believe, do run around with the submachine guns, the few submachine guns that they had in World War. Get the Duke, boy! I told you I was gonna come back and get him. He can't kill me 3 times and not think I'm gonna kill him though. But they're the only ones I know of, and he about to get duked on 2. Beat down. Let's go. They have the semi-automatic weapons. They didn't really have too many automatic weapons like World War II did, which made me wonder, why did they choose World War I? Like, going into this, when they first announced it, I just knew this was going to be horrible. It was going to be horrible because I knew the weaponry they had in World War I. And a lot of people wanted World War II again, but I guess DICE was like, yo, we did World War II like 3 times. Can we do something different? They could have done Vietnam, though. Like, I would appreciate Vietnam. Again, they only did Vietnam once. They could have done it again. Or Cold War. I don't know. Something that's just with automatic weapons. But they did World War I. Now, with that being said, I do have to admit, it works. It works. I don't know how they pulled it off, but it works. Even though I don't enjoy using the semi-auto rifles, they made it so it feels like they're not underpowered compared to automatic fire. It typically takes about 3 shots to kill somebody, and the 3 shots are pretty quick and precise. Now, I found that it was better to use the guns without the added scopes. The scope for me does not help me out, but that's because I'm used to playing old school shooters from, back in the day, which most of the before Call of Duty 4 games back then, if you had a gun, a lot of times it didn't have scopes. You couldn't attach scopes like that, because a lot of guns really don't use scopes. So like Call of Duty original was World War II. There were no scopes on guns back then, so you just had to use your iron sight. Even some of the recent games like that was in the present wars, like Black Hawk Down, certain weapons had scopes, but a lot of them didn't. You had to use your iron sight, which I'm used to that. So that's why I probably prefer to use the iron sights over the scopes. And if you notice me playing a lot of Battlefield games like Battlefield 3 and 4, if you go back to those videos, a lot of times I'm just using iron sights because it's more accurate. So you'll see I'm shooting at people with this daggone iron, with the scope on this gun, and I'm having them dead center on their chest, and it's just not hitting them. So that's why I prefer an iron sight, because iron sight didn't have that issue. But anyway, they made it work. Like I said, the semis don't feel underpowered at all. You see, it feels like you can do work with them boys. The sniper rifles, they are a lot stronger, and they're not so accurate that it makes it too simple. It's not like Call of Duty where you can just put it anywhere in any radius on a person to hit them. I was trying to snipe, and I was missing, thinking that I was aiming on somebody. Like, I aimed slightly under an armpit and didn't get a hit marker. That was crazy. And of course, since it's a bigger map, you do have to adjust the radius, not the radius, but the distance on the weapon. So just like Battlefield 4, they added that. Now, a lot of the snipers are one-shot kills. This will honestly change by the time the game releases, because all the people will start crying about it. But that is real, and I actually would love it to stay one-shot. I mean, give the snipers a chance to kill you, because just aiming for the head is hard, especially at a certain distance. If you make it so they can one-shot you a few times, like give it a percentage, like an 80% chance, 85% chance of one-shot. Yeah, I would say about 90%. 90% chance to one-shot you like the old games did it. Then that would make sense. Instead of making it, oh, you gotta hit them twice, like that's garbage. Or if you hit them in the head, then they die. But other than that, you gotta hit them twice. That's garbage. That's not realistic. If you're a crybaby about that, then you are not a true gamer. You're a casual gamer. That's how I feel about you on that part. Now, how do I feel about the game and all? The game is cool. Like I said, if you play Battlefield, you played Battlefield 1. Like if you play any Battlefield 3 or 4, you played Battlefield 1 or even Battlefront. Now, the classes, they did take away the mechanic class. That was something that was weird. And I think the support class is now the mechanic. So I think he pulls out repair tools for the tanks. And that's another thing, man. You don't have a lot of anti-tank artillery to take tanks out. But their way of substituting for that is they have all these like anti-tank vehicles laying around. So these cannons and things like that. And I didn't notice homeboy right here and he bodied me. But they have all these like artillery cannons laying all around where you could just turn them suckers and take out a tank. Like they are to destroy tanks. Other than that, you have these little grenades that are like anti-artillery grenades that blow up on impact on tanks and do like hella damage to them. But it's not like a one-shot grenade. You gotta hit them at least like 3 or 4 times with it to destroy them. But other than that, with those things laying around the field, it makes sense that they don't really need, RPGs laying around all over the place. So it's cool. Now, they removed the icons for medics to know that they can pick someone up and med them. I found that out from a video from I think one of those big Battlefield guys. I didn't know that at first while I was playing it. I was wondering why I didn't get med. But the whole time I was playing this beta, I didn't get med one time. And all my friends said they didn't get med. Even on the consoles, they didn't get med. Maybe they got med like once or twice, but that was it. No one ever picked me up. I was picking people up left and right because I just know how to play the game. So a lot of the guys come from Call of Duty and stuff like that because, like I said, people are hating Call of Duty for their own little ways. And they're just used to killing, especially on the PC. I know Call of Duty on the PC, there's always like 98% of people playing Team Deathmatch and like 2% play Search and Destroy. So objective game modes are not for the PC gamers that come from Call of Duty. So they don't know to pick you up, apparently. They just let you die. And that doesn't help for team-based shooters at all, especially when you're playing games like this, which is Conquest, where you have to capture stuff. Also, I noticed that people weren't throwing out ammo. Now, this can be fixed. They did this for Hardline, where they allowed you just to run up to the guy who had the ammo and grab the ammo from him instead of waiting for him to throw it out, because a lot of times they will not throw you ammo. I remember on Battlefield 4 and 3, I would stand in front of a person yelling, "I need ammo," and they would just look at me and run by. So hopefully they put that on the game as well, just like, you know, the Hardline thing where I can just grab ammo off of people, because I don't want to sit there without ammo and wait for some idiot to throw it out to me who's stingy. Another thing, the horse dudes. Oh god, the horse dudes. Those horses are indestructible. You can light those horses up that they are on and it does nothing. Now, shooting the person does way more damage, but it's hard because the horse is moving left and right and you're freaking out because you're like, oh my god, this dude's got a huge sword coming at me, and you're like freaking out trying to hurry up and take something out. You're just shooting. You don't care what you're aiming at. You're just trying to take it out. It's hard. And one time I got hit by a dude with the sword that, you know, did the cavalry charge. I don't know how long that sword was, but it didn't like it should have been that long, but he hit me from I was at least like 10 feet away from him, and he still was able to swipe me with that sword and kill me. I don't know how that happened. But, yeah, they may need to work on the distance of that swipe, because that sword was not that daggone long. That's me trying to miss somebody right there. But it didn't work, because he was already dead. Or he just didn't take it. But anyway, that is my opinions on the game, and that's some of the things I think need to be changed, and that's how I feel about the title. And there's when I was aiming at a guy, had him dead center, and it did not hit him, because those scopes are horrible. But anyway, let me know how you felt about the beta in the comment section below. I do know some people that didn't like it, like my dude Guru said he's going to cancel his pre-order because he does not like the game, and a few other people said it was okay. They really weren't too hype about it. I think it's an okay game. It's not the greatest thing out there. It's definitely worth a pickup when it comes out, just to, you know, keep me down for a little bit on shooters. But I'm definitely going to pick up Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, because that multiplayer trailer actually got my interest. I ain't going to lie to you. Titanfall sucks. But yeah, that multiplayer on Infinite Warfare got my attention. So I'm going to get that as well to complement this game, so I can have two different shooters that have two different types of gameplay going on with them. But anyway, this is your boy Tick, aka Game Fanatic, Michael Jordan of Gaming, and we lost because my team is trash, but I wasn't even that great myself, not going to lie. But I'm going to be gone. Bye! And if you enjoyed the video, be sure to zip it about that subscriber button and check out his past videos. Also, subscribe to his Twitch and follow him on Twitter. Duh.